Well, good morning, folks. This one's going to be tricky. We're going to try and do a 728 by 90. It's a leaderboard ad. Um, the 728 by 90 pixels is required by Google. So here we have an image. This image is 2000 pixels wide by 1367 high. 72 dpi is kind of like a resolution. Um, that's a kind of standard resolution. If you knock that number up, it'll be a bit of a higher resolution, but the file size will also get bigger. So I'm just going to move this around. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole thing. So it's a picture of a lady, model shot. She's in Ireland by a lake. There's a little boat there. It's called a curragh in the background there. Um, we we need something that's really wide but not very high. 728 wide by 90 high. So it's really difficult piece of artwork to get right. So this is probably going to be one of the harder ones you've done. Let me just try and zoom in a little bit and see if I go to image size. Let me just take this down. Let me cut this in half. I'm going to take it down to about 1,000 wide, and then when I hit OK, it'll automatically readjust the height for us. So there, that's made it smaller for me. Let me just now zoom in again. So now we're looking at an image that is about 1,000 pixels wide by 667 high. We want to get an image that is 728 wide by 90 high, which is really quite small. So I'm going to just grab I'm going to have to just kind of grab the head here. Actually, make sure I've got make sure I selected my cropping tool, because I'm just gonna, you can see like I'm at 118, 122 on the height already. The width is 667, so that's not wide enough. I'm gonna have to escape out of that. I need to get over about here, because I need it to be 728 wide, and you can see the previews here. This is still not wide enough. That's frustrating. Let me just drag that out a bit. There's 728 right about there. And this one's 128 high already. So let me take that up to 90. See how small this is going to be? Just hit 90 right there. So there's the size we need it. I'm just going to crop that, even though, let's see if I can just move her a little bit. I'm going to cut the hat out, keep the eyes in. Let's just zoom in on that a little bit. So this is, I've just taken a sliver of the image. And that's the Irish girl standing there by the mountains. And then we could put some text in here, like you might put, oh, let's see, the blue. We could take that blue from her hat. Okay, and just say, okay, and we're going to put in authentic Irish gifts. Now, obviously, that's very hard to see against the background there. So let's highlight that. Let's give it, you guys can do all this stuff. We'll give it a layer style. We'll maybe start with a little drop shadow, just to kind of, I like my drop shadows going this way. And you can see that, see as I move it. And then the distance, I'm going to bring that much closer to the words. The size will be small. See the way it starts to pop now? You see that? And I'm probably going to pull out a little outer glow on that too. Not so sure about that outer glow. Take that sky. You know what? I'm just going to go white. I'll hit OK on that. And yeah, it's kind of, it's popping. I'll make it. That's, But look, you kind of get the idea. You guys can play around with that, so you get something the way you like it. Authentic Irish gifts. And I took the blue from her hat just to get some kind. I'm going to use my move tool, and then you can reposition that layer, because I'm on this layer right here, authentic Irish gifts. You can position that where you want it. What do we do? Like, you could maybe have an offer, maybe it's free shipping. And then I'm going to drop my text tool, and then I'm going to pick it up again because that'll create a new layer for me because I want this on a different line. Use promo code ship, for free shipping. And then maybe you put like a shop now button right here. We can just quickly grab that that formatting. So if I go to the Authentic Irish Gifts, and you see that it has the effects on there. Now, look, these are maybe not great, but I'm just going to copy them, and then I can paste them, paste onto the other layers, so I don't have to. I'm just clicking on it, then I'm holding down to get my options, go to layer style and select paste, and you can see that these layers all kind of. The free shipping one, I'm just going to click on it and move it slightly using my keys, my arrow keys, and then here, of course, we can put in our rectangular button right here. We'll use that as some kind of, I think I'm going to go with the blue fill again. We can use that as a, our, let me just zoom in so I can get the blue. I want to use this kind of blue right here. That'll be fine. And you guys know how to do that whole shop now button using your, make it opaque so we can kind of see through it a little bit. We'll give it like an effect, like a text effect. We'll give that layer a bevel emboss right here, just to give it a bit of depth. In fact, you can probably already see a little bit of depth there. We'll do something like that. That's too big. We'll keep it like that. Maybe soften it a little bit, and you can do your stuff. I'll just hit OK, and then we'll finally finish that off with a little shop now. It's too big. I'm going to make the font size a lot smaller so it fits into that button. And once I get it in there, oh wow, that's really small. That's really small. Well, why did I put it down at 3? It's crazy. That's crazy small. In my haste, 24 is too big, but let's just do it anyway. I want to change that color, like a white. And we'll have, okay, smaller, so it fits in. You guys know how to do all this. That looks like it would do right there. So, look, the most difficult part of this whole project is really kind of getting you can only go 90 pixels high. So you've got to kind of take slivers of images, but you kind of you can't cut off heads and different things. Here we have, but I think because she's got those eyes, it kind of gets your attention. So yeah, that's kind of how I would approach something like this. You could maybe put different text in, whatever, different color schemes, of course. But look, I'm going to leave that one like that. These are one of the more difficult ones because the canvas space you had to use is plenty wide. It's great. It's 728 pixels wide, but you can only go 90 pixels high. So you've got to get your artwork and your message and your theme into that small space, and that's harder to do than you would think. But that's an example. I kind of navigated through that, and I'll send you guys some artwork, and you can see what you come up with. Okay, thanks. Bye.